Welcome to the Straight Red Card. This is hosted by Derek Ritchie and Brett Corbett. Now you guys go ahead and do your thing.
It's 1980s news going on here.
No, that was an impression. I just did one. But
that's an impression of somebody, though.
You're not old enough. This is Howard Cosell. Remember that guy? Howard Cosell.
Don't know my name.
No, you were not born yet. I was young and he was still hosting Monday Night Football.
Howard
Cosell.
So that impersonation has gone over the decades. People always talk.
People have made impressions of Howard Cosell every other week. I mean, back in the day they did. Through the 90s. And then, nobody remembers Howard Cosell anymore. But he's the guy.
It was John Madden's football.
He was John Madden before John Madden. He was hosting Monday Night Football. And he would say crazy things like, Don, I do feel that the rain tonight is very wet. No shit.
So he was John Madden, because that's what John Madden did. Oh, if he would have caught that in the end zone, that would have been a touchdown.
They were kind of similar. And then you might remember Howard Cosell because of his really close relationship with Muhammad Ali, and when he was coming up, and then when fighting got too brutal for Howard Cosell said, "I can't cover boxing anymore. It's too brutal. I don't want to watch it."
Let's cover the concussion sport of American football.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no hard tackles in that game at all.
Kind of odd in an era that he covered when just like totally smacking a crossing wide receiver in the midfield as he was in the fucking face and knocking his ass straight out of the game and maybe fucking ruining his brain for the rest of his life was like common in football during the 80s and 90s.
Well, and let's be fair. His voice wouldn't attribute well for golf or tennis. So I mean, his options are limited at that point.
I don't know
baseball,
about
maybe.
That. No. I think he did some golf. I think he did the Jack Nicklaus stepping up here on the hole of number 9.
I'm trying to putt here.
Jack really needs a birdie on this hole. So yeah. If you don't know who Howard Cosell is, people, look Howard Cosell, Cosell. Somebody you probably should know. He was the grandfather, the father of all announcers going forward in the sports arena, really. All right, so let's get to not grading Howard Cosell anymore and grading the player.
That was so much more fun, though.
You're probably right. This is going to be not fun. Because I gave Zach Steffen a B-. I just thought, I mean, when
we talked about it. Yeah.
When the gal on CBS says, I'm a goalkeeper, he should have been more ready for that. And he wasn't, and he should have already taken a shuffle, and he didn't. And he didn't expect the shot at all. And he didn't. Yeah, that's when you get a B- instead of an A. So that's what happened with Zach. You agree?
Yeah. Was it Brianna Scurry?
Yes. Thank you. God.
I had to search that because it was killing me because I kept saying Scully and I'm like, that's not right.
Dude, yeah. I can barely remember Gooch's name half the time. I can barely remember Dempsey's. No, Dempsey I don't forget. Who do I forget on that lineup?
Davies.
Charlie Davies. I always forget his last name. I can always remember Charlie, but I can't remember Davies. Why? What is wrong with my brain? I'm 50. Shouldn't be this bad yet. All right. Yedlin, I gave a B.
I gave Steffen a B- as well, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if I said that or not.
Yeah, you agreed. Yeah. Yedlin, I gave a B. Ooh. I thought he had some really great moments on defense where you're like, oh shit, he's one-on-one versus like their best player. And and he just stumped Bailey. He shut him out. No, it's my ball, bitch. Yep. And he took it, and but then there were some bad crosses, and I mean, one of them was just like he just kicked it into the fucking first row of the stadium or the track. It's like, dude, what?
I mean, in fairness, saying kicking in the first row is still kind of an impressive kick because it's like 40 yards off the end line.
Dude, yeah, I mean, it was a long pass, and no one had any hope at getting near it. And That's not the only thing. I mean, he made some other errors that he had to fix. He made some bad passes, small, short ones. And so I can't give him more than a B.
I thought the good outweighed the bad, in all honesty, for him. So I also gave him a B.
Yeah, I had 3 stars for him. That means he made 3 what I think are impactful decisions, plays. So I gave him 3 stars, which boosted him up to a B even after the second half debacle. Jedi, oh man, Jedi, what's going on, brother? You're making some good runs, but you're not making some good passes. Your passes are bad. I'm gonna have to give you a C plus. I can't.
I gave him a C. So I honestly wanted to give him lower than that because a lot of the game he was reactive to the play rather than predicting it. So, like, I'll use an example. There was a play where we crossed the play from right. Maybe it was Yedlin or somebody, Musa or somebody, from right to left, and it was going right to Aronson. But Aronson, feeling the pressure, ducked and let it dummy to where Robinson should have been running onto. But Robinson was flat-footed, and all of a sudden he had to recover to it and to went out of bounds. But that happened all game.
Yeah,
it's like he wasn't expecting anything, and then all of a sudden the ball got over there. And he's like, "Oh, I gotta." But if he was actually on his toes, he would have gotten to it because he's always just half a step off.
Yeah. So while other players were sort of nervous, i.e., Busio, or some other players weren't as energetic as they should have been, i.e., Musa. You know, I hate to say it, but yeah, he was kind of a spaz. That's the problem with Jedi. He was tonight.
He just sat there and waited, and then he was always at least a half step off. And that's it killed me every time the ball went over there, and then or just a missed touch or something. And it was just a bad game. So I had to give him I gave him a C, which is still a quote unquote average, if you will, although it's still arguably one of the worst grades that we tend to give out.
Yeah.
You have to do something horrendous, and I guess maybe we could give him a lower grade because he did gift wrap a goal right at our 6 towards the end of the game.
That's kind of one of those bam, 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 bam things where I don't really
rip the ball out or just boot it, just kick it to the heavens. Do something. Don't try to be cute about it.
He had like 0.8 of a second, maybe. I don't know.
His best pass of the game was then. He literally passed it right to the only reason that the Jamaican guy skyrocketed is because there's no way in hell he predicted he was ever going to get the ball.
Yeah, well, and it was hard to get over that ball.
Yeah.
People didn't notice it bounced a lot higher than it really did. It did, and he had to try to get his right foot over it, and he couldn't. Let's move on to Bob Dylan. Now hear me, Robert Zimmerman. Yes. We're talking about Zimmerman when I say Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And I was really he had so many great defensive stops and steals, and he did so good. And then I gave him a B plus. I couldn't help myself. I thought it was B plus. I thought he
overcompensating for last game, Derek.
I know, but his long passes were not on.
They were garbage. So I thought he was absolutely stellar in the defense, which is great.
Yes,
you want your center backs and your defenders in general to do that. You want them to shut everything down. He did a great play, especially when that ball was coming in the air, and that's how Jamaica played. They played very direct, and that was his bread and butter. Balls in the air. I'm going to out jump your ass.
Balls in the air.
But man, if he ever brought that ball down and tried to progress it forward, it was just a whew. Oh, nope. I guess Blake's gonna get that one. Okay. Well, maybe next time. Nope. Blake's gonna get that one too. Okay. So I gave him a B, teetering on a B minus, mainly because his defensive prowess saved him from having a horrible grade from his offensive prowess.
Dude, he was everywhere though. The only thing was, you're right. Like, okay, well, let's be honest about it. He did give up a goal tonight that wasn't a goal. And if you go and look at the replays, that's a goal. That's a goal. Jamaica should have won this game 2-1 this night, whatever you want to call it. So
I didn't see any of the replays afterwards. I only saw the live and then the quick recap they did immediately afterwards. And it appeared to me that the guy who ended up scoring the goal had his hands and his elbows down on his shoulders. pushing down.
That's what all your buddies at CBS, Dempsey, blah, 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 blah.
No, you're
Gooch.
wrong. You're wrong. Not everybody
Gooch.
said. Let me pull up my notes. Was it Adu? Yeah, Adu. Adu was not for that. He said, "I've seen that not called and not contested." He said it should have been goal, and I go, "Okay, that's
what
fine."
I'm saying. All of them said it should have been a goal.
No,
everyone.
Okay,
even the referee said it should have been a goal. That chick that you bring on, Uncle, whatever her name is, she said it should have been a goal too. Everybody agreed that was a goal, and that Jamaica got ripped.
I saw the live, and I saw the one replay they did immediately afterwards. I didn't see any of the afterplay because I was putting the kids to sleep, so I didn't get a close slow down breakdown of the game. What I saw in that immediate play was his arms on Zimmerman's shoulders down. Pushing down. Now, it might have been a big old nothing burger. Maybe he's just like lightly resting his hand on there. Could be.
Doubt it. But I don't. That's rarely called. That's rarely called.
Well, then that takes me to my point. I was just going to say, just because you've seen it not called and it's rarely contested, doesn't mean that it was legal. And I'm not saying it wasn't legal or illegal. I'm just saying what I saw looked like a foul. But again, it was that one. It was live, and then the one immediate replay.
Well, the whole CBS crew plus me disagrees with you. That was a goal, and
I will follow up with Twelman and make sure what he says. And and I'll get everybody.
Fucking tight
we'll go
shirts,
pundit versus pundit, baby.
Tight shirts, the fucking expert on this call, right?
Yeah,
come on.
He's the one that's usually, I guess in order to get up onto a header like that, he would had to have climbed up on his shoulder. But
shit, he's like 5'8".
I'm sorry. The only thing I can think about when it comes to Twelman going up for an aerial battle in the box was a bicycle kick he did against Chicago in the playoffs that put us out. And I'm like, oh, that fucker.
That's all right. That's fine. He's still a fucking hobbit.
He is tiny as hell, yeah.
Yeah. So Richards, B. I don't know. I mean, not a lot bad. I thought he was a little nervous in early parts of the game. Totally understandable. But he didn't do anything that wrong. So
he also started the play that sprung the goal. So
yeah, I mean,
he was the one. Where's my notes for that? So he passed it off to Busio, who passed it off to Weah, to Pepe, back to Weah. So I mean, he started the play.
So he gets a triple hockey goal.
It's like a quadruple hockey goal. I mean, it's hardly worth noting for the actual assist. I mean, I'm sure Steffen passed it to Richards or something like that. We can go back further.
I think the real point of this is that at least Richards was better than I think what McKenzie would have been. So, I don't have, the dude's not playing for Genk. So
I don't think Richards did anything horrifically bad, especially not on defense. So, I mean, I think he was perfectly fine. Maybe his just like everybody else, his passes weren't sharp by any means.
Yeah,
but no, I thought both our center back pairings did fine on the defense. Did perfectly fine on defense.
Yeah, I think they were okay. Adams, I gave him a B. I just wanted more, and I didn't get it. I don't think he took over when he should have. We were looking at versus Mexico, 200 or 300, 234 touches for Adams during that game. No, not just for Adams, the midfield. In this game, 164 touches for our midfield. That is a big drop off. That means we bypassed our midfield.
Absolutely, yes, you beat me to it.
Yeah, they're just
exactly what happened. I mean, we talked about the long balls from Richards and Zimmerman, how they weren't there. Well, they were bypassing the midfield the entire fucking time when they're doing that. So
yeah, and if you don't have McKennie and you got another sort of half sedated, in Busio, who just didn't fulfill any of what McKennie would have done, you're just not going to get that sort of action. And we didn't get any action. And
just going back to the Mexico game, when you talk about our midfield, MMA, and when we're progressing the ball forward and getting into the attack, how many quick, fast touches and move off the balls does MMA do? I mean,
A lot.
Spots, ding, 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 ding. I mean, each attack, they're probably getting 5 or 6 touches easily and just moving it up the field. We didn't see that today. And when we did not bypass the midfield, when we actually moved it up there, it was very direct, like, Adams to Musa to Pepe. And then Pepe had his cement shoes on again today.
Again, this isn't all on Busio, but I mean,
no.
Busio looked really tentative. He looked very congested when he had the ball. He wasn't always sure which way to turn, where to go next, who to pass it to, who was going to be open. Yeah, whereas Musa had sort of a Musa had a very I don't give a fuck kind of attitude, which I'm not sure that's the attitude you want to carry. It's generally the attitude he carries, but it didn't work out for him today. So
I thought that you saw glimpses of his Mexico performance. They were there at times. Yeah, but then yes, you're right. He just wasn't as much of a motor as he is moving around the field. We saw in previous matches, and right. I mean, there's we go back to the Panama match. He got pulled at halftime, over Acosta and Leggett at that point. But so I mean, people are like, oh, clearly he was doing something wrong. I'm like, I don't know if that was the case, but he just wasn't as active as he normally is. And maybe it's just that he wasn't sure with the introduction pairing with Busio and where everybody's roles were. Maybe it was just sort of like lost at sea type of mentality. I don't know.
I mean, that happens. You have a new guy come in to the mid three. Happened to me. We'd have a new guy thrown in, do his 10 minutes. And, you're just like, I don't know if I can depend on this guy. And so, yeah, that might be part of it. But I just think generally, I just don't think that Busio or Musa did all they could. So I gave Busio a C+ and I gave Musa a B. I thought Busio, this is just not the Busio I've seen. Although I have kind of watched this pattern at Venezia too with Busio. It's like great game, game. Great game.
We saw that in the Gold Cup too.
Yeah, it's like great game.
Could be a hit or miss.
Kind of, yeah, half game. Didn't do so well half the game, but did well. Yeah, so I don't know. What did you have for?
I gave Musa B as well, because again, I at first half I actually had him as I had him at a B+. And then he dropped down to a B. I started noticing some of the things we were talking about, so I'm not going to rehash them, but. I actually gave Busio a B-, and the only reason I gave him a B- is because he is one of the few players who actually shoots outside the box, and he shot outside the box, and I preach about it every match. I'm like, shoot the ball, and he shot it, and it wasn't that bad of a shot, barely missed, so I bounced him up. It's just I'm happy to see it. Give him props. Right. He must be listening to our show.
I hope he does. I hope he does. That would be great.
Everybody listens to our show, apparently. I always bring that up, too.
Oh, I wish you were true. That were true.
Yeah.
All right. So
4 million views this week. Oh, good Lord.
4 million? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Aronson.
That's everybody, right?
Yeah. No. Aronson. B. Aronson. I thought he pressed hard. I thought he had some good efforts, but the passing was a bit off. And I don't know. It just
I gave him a B- for that same reason, though, in all honesty, because it's his energy was there. And his energy is always there. That's great. Yeah. And he always presses. So like even if he does a bad pass or gets dispossessed, he's always like a little B, constantly pestering them again. And that's great. We need that immediately. We need the rest of the team to react accordingly, which we didn't see today.
I almost wanted to get him better grade than a B, but I did because I just think his effort is awesome. But
he's definitely locked himself as a very, very much a potential key starter, quite frankly, at this point.
And definitely a bench guy who's going to come in for Pulisic. That's
the thing too. Way is firing on all cylinders right now too, and then so Pulisic's coming back. So once he's fully fit, I fully suspect him to come back and mainly take over that role on the left again.
And then that battle for the right wing between Reyna and Weah, man, that's going to be hot for a while. We'll see how that works itself out. But I gave Weah a B+.
I gave him an A-.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I wouldn't complain about that. That's really close. I mean, that's splitting hairs there.
Yeah,
I just didn't think he was later after his goal. I mean, he was all A, for me, but I don't know. He doesn't seem very involved to me.
So that's a fair complaint, not complaint, but criticism of him. There are definitely times. So if only he had the drive that like McKinney or Aronson have, always like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. If he had that, it would be impressive, because every time he got the ball, I thought he was dangerous. He always got into the attack. He always caused either a deep throw or a corner kick, or he made the cross.
Yeah,
it was always there. When he got the ball on his feet, he always did something with it. But there are times where maybe he kind of drifts out and he's just not as available as you'd want. And if you were constantly pounding for that ball, give me the ball, get into space, give me the ball, then it would be really dangerous. And maybe it'll come. Who knows?
The only guy tonight who complained constantly about not getting the ball was Aronson. Mm-hmm. He was like, hey.
He made the run. He's like, oh, and Aronson's frustrated because he made that run. I'm like, yeah, I would be too.
But this happened like 3 or 4 times. Like, Aronson would make a run.
It happened against Mexico too.
Yeah, and he's like, what the fuck? Musa made a couple weird decisions where Yedlin's wide open on the wing, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna not.
There were a number of times that I saw either Musa, Weah, or Yedlin wide open on the right, and the ball went back to the left. And I'm just like, oh my God, play the fucking ball.
It was some weird decision making by Musa. Just go back and watch it yourself, folks. It was like, wait a minute, we're overloaded on the right, so let's go there. We got 3 players waiting for the ball over there, Yedlin, and at that point it would have been Weah, and there was one other player. I'm like, we're overloaded there. Let's go there. But no, we didn't. Musa would redirect the ball otherwise. So that was very frustrating, at least twice. And you know what? You do it once, I'm not going to like make a big deal out of it. You do it twice, and I'm like, what are you not seeing? Come on, dude. Yeah. Wake up.
Open your eyes. Look. Yep.
Pepe, no. Pepe,
no, I was going to say, wait a second. What game did you watch?
I know. Shit. Pepe got an assist. I gave him a B-. The A was for the assist, not his grade.
It's funny too, because it goes Pepe, and immediately to my right before any check marks or anything, it says A as well.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, Pepe A? No. That's not right.
No. It would have been great if Pepe got an A, because that would mean that it would have resulted in more than just an assist.
Right.
I gave Pepe a C+.
Okay.
Because I swear to God, maybe it's the number 9 and you're required to wear cement shoes or something. But his first touch has been awful. Mm-hmm. Awful this window. It is a window. Yeah. Even against Mexico, it was bad. It was a hard first touch every single time almost. Now, he did other things. He crashed the box. He opened up space. He did other things good, which is why he's got a slightly above average grade. And his assist definitely helps him from just having an average grade. Because initially, at the first half, I had him as a B+, but the more I was watching the game, I was like, well, B+ was a little generous. And then maybe I was just choking up the assist a little bit too much there. But then it was like every touch. It was just a hard touch. And he pressed well, I thought. It wasn't a great game. I'll put it that way.
It wasn't. Are you watching this Canada-Mexico game?
No, I didn't think it started. I thought it started at 9:05 or something like that.
No, it's been on, dude. It's I think it's still 0-0. They're coming out at halftime.
Damn. Paramount and your stupid ass.
There were like 3 inches of snow on the field before the game started, so it's delayed the start. And I think they're just getting started now.
I swear to God, during the broadcast, they said 9:00. The game just started. They're just walking on the field right now.
I know, because of the snow.
They
had to get all the snow off the field, dude. This is Canada versus Mexico.
They did a damn good job getting that snow off the field, but it's not snowing anymore, so I guess that's simple enough.
I think it's like 31 degrees.
God, look at that field, right, man. That's a rough field. That artificial?
That's artificial, dude. It's artificial.
It's turf. God.
Yeah, so not advantage Mexico. Again, they're not used to playing on turf. No. This is not their thing. So anyhow, if this game ends as a tie, that'll be for our benefit. So 0-0 or 1-1 is good for us. Let's do Pulisic. I gave Pulisic a B+. But he didn't have much time, so that's not really fair. I mean, I'd rather not even grade him. Every time he got the ball, they fouled him.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too, because I didn't really give him a grade because of that. Every time he touched the ball, they fouled him, which I guess maybe you could chalk it up and say, well, all these draws. I mean, not draws. Sorry, I'm looking at the current CONCACAF qualifying games here. Costa Rica and Honduras are currently tied as well.
Set pieces, though, by Pulisic were bad.
Yes.
He delivered crap. And so I'm not sure he's really a set piece guy. I know he's kind of Captain America, even though Adams is the captain of this team. And that doesn't mean he should take the set pieces, although I don't know who should at this point. I mean, when Reina took them, they were good. But
Pulisic used to take them, they're fine as well. I mean, we're in a slump. I'm not sure what it is. The past couple windows have just been bad when it came to set pieces in general.
If I'm Berhalter, dude, I am like practicing set pieces like a motherfucker coming up.
Putting out a trash can, I'm saying, put the ball in the trash can and you can go eat lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the trash can, put the ball in the hole, and we're done.
Yeah.
But until then, we're doing this all day until the sun fades. Acosta.
It's been 48 hours. Can I eat something? No.
Keep kicking, bitch. Acosta, Areola, and Ferreira, I gave no grade. Again, I just didn't notice anything enough from them to give
fair
them
enough. I think you possibly can give Acosta like a B- or something like that. I mean, he had some.
You could.
He did a decent job interrupting some plays and intervening.
I mean, Areola worked hard while he was on there too.
I mean, man, that quick play from Steffen to Areola on there was a foul off a corner kick.
Yeah.
Was it off the goal? No. But he played it quickly out to Areola, and that ball just bounced and then just killed all the pace he had on him, because I'm like, he's waiting for it to come down, and it's just like, God. Yeah, if that was more of a very direct play, man, he could have ran onto that and had a chance. Oh, that would have been perfect.
Yep, exactly. And then we have to give Gregg a grade. I'm giving him a C+ for this game. I think that, if I brought a C+ home to my mom and my dad, they would have been like, what the fuck is this garbage? You got a C? I'm like, it's a C+. It's almost a B-. To be like, I don't give a shit. That's still a C, bitch. So, yeah, that's what I'm giving Gregg. That could have been better. I think the subs could have been better. I think he originally picked the right starting 11.
Yeah.
But I don't think the subs made any sense at all. Any sense.
That's a fair breakdown, because quite frankly, going into the game, like I said, I thought this was like the perfect lineup that he could put out. The only argument I could say would have been like Yedlin for Scally, just because I want to see Scally out there.
Yes.
But you're right. Something to take into consideration is sub management. Pulisic, everybody wants to see him in there. Thinks we definitely could have used him in there. Took out the wrong person immediately, though. Again, why Weah? We brought in instead of taking out Busio, we took out Musa. So it's another one in that situation.
Yep. I'm just thinking, why not
bring Scally in for Jedi at halftime?
I would say Scally for Jedi at like 60.
Yedlin was fine. Robinson was having a horrible game.
Yeah,
maybe not at halftime, but let's say the 55th minute. Put him 55th,
in 55th, even 65th. Bring Scally in, give him a shot. He He's playing at Gladbach. Fucking Robinson's playing at Fulham in the championship.
Yeah. Again,
give him a shot.
Even I mean, if you made that sub, we wouldn't have had that chance at the very end of the game where Robinson more or less placed that ball on a platter. Mind you, we talked about how it bounced and stuff like that. And Robinson had a fraction of a second to react, but he should have just booted the ball. But that wouldn't have happened. It would have been a completely different play. Who knows what would have happened in the end? But yeah, I think I'm gonna go B-. B- area. So I still think him getting credit for putting a very proactive starting lineup out there is something I was not expecting. Wholeheartedly, totally surprised when I saw that lineup.
Okay, yeah, I like the lineup, but didn't like the result.
No, that didn't work out.
Oh, so before we close this out, Pat Finnerty. This guy, I guess he has a commercial on our show, so I watched his show, which was what makes this song stink? And it was Train's Hey Soul Sister. It's a 47 fucking golden minute video about why Hey Soul Sister sucks. Thank goodness, thank God these people exist. Because I would have made a video about how Hey Soul Sister sucks. Because it's a fucking stupid ass fucking song. Just read the lyrics. You will know how bad. Mister.
I think it falls into the line of any form of Nickelback song for that matter. It's vastly overplayed on multiple channels. You couldn't get away from it for like a couple of years span. Oh my God.
What did he rhyme sister with? He rhymed it with Mr. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you joking? Are you fucking, is that a joke? Is that a joke? Or is that written by a third grader born in 1981? Seriously, that is the just horriblest lyrics ever. Sister. Oh my God, that song's so bad.
Who's down from Mexico right now?
Hey, this dude also took out Lenny Kravitz's American Woman and the cover of it. That's so bad, dude. What? That song sucks to start off with, and then you're going to cover it? American Woman! Oh, my God, that song's bad. To start off, that song sucks. And then you're going to cover that song? You're going to I'm going to do a better job that they did when they wrote it, and it sucked. And now I'm going to try to make it better.
Let's say... Even when Lenny was when it was Lenny's song, that it was still Nickelback material. It was out on every channel all the time. You couldn't get away from it when it was popular.
And it made you puke every moment.
Yeah.
You listen to it. You're like, I'm throwing up my mouth a little. You know?
I just roll down the window and stick my head out there while I'm driving.
Or I'm definitely changing the radio station right now.
Just so you can hear Hey Soul Sister, and you change it again, you hear American Woman. It's everywhere.
Dude, there was a time those songs would be played back to back, and you just want to vomit the whole way through both of them. So, I guess I don't think we've made any progress since then, but anyhow, I don't listen to music radio. Anyhow, this is the end of the show. So subscribe, shove it up your butt and rub it around or spin it. Whatever turns you on, do that, and then we'll be back for the final show, which is basically where the fuck do we go from here? All right, good night.